Hey guys, and welcome back to Misha's Corner. Today I'm going to show you how I make this super delicious, easy to make steamed fish recipe. I will be using snapper, but use the fish that's available to you that looks good and yeah. So in this bowl I have ginger, garlic, carrots, habanero, onions, and peppers. You can add more vegetables or the vegetables you prefer. This is what I had in my refrigerator, so that's what I'm using today. But yeah, this is what it looks like. I got it nice and chopped up for y'all because you know how y'all do me, child. Y'all don't want to see all that. But to my skillet, I added a hunk of butter. It's probably 3 tablespoons. It looks like a lot, but it is a lot of veggies. We're making a lot of sauce for 3 fish. It's 3 fish. I have 3 fish that's sliced in half, and that's what I'm making today. So I added all my veggies. See, look, the veggies done took up the butter already. So I'm going to saute this down for a couple of minutes, as you can see here. And y'all, you can switch up the colors of the peppers. I had yellow, and that's what I used, okay? But you can use the color you prefer. I do wish I had some green ones, just to give it like a pop, more pop of a color. It's a lot of yellow and orange going on here, but that's okay. This is the spice that I'll be using today, but you can use an all-purpose seasoning of your choice. But this is the one that I'm using today, and you're going to really sprinkle it in there, okay? You need to be heavy-handed. I'm not seasoning this again. I'm not seasoning the fish, so you need to be heavy-handed when you're making the sauce. Remember, all ingredient measurements will be in my description box, so you guys can check that out. Now, usually I would have tomatoes to chop up and put down in here, but I didn't have any in my refrigerator, so I'm using a little bit of tomato paste. You're not going to use a lot like you're making spaghetti or, a bolognese sauce, but you want to put just enough to have like that tomatoey flavor in the back, as well as color and body to your sauce. So as you can see, I probably used 1.5 tablespoons or a tablespoon. It wasn't a lot at all. So I'm going to cook this down for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to move on. So now I'm going to add my broth down in here. I'm using chicken broth, but y'all, don't that look like water? I swear, these people, they play so much in these supermarkets and stores. It's crazy. I had to use it anyway. I continued pouring it anyway, but you want to use chicken broth, chicken stock, or vegetable broth, vegetable stock. I decided that I wanted the sauce to have a pick-me-up, and I didn't have any red wine vinegar in the house, so I used this jam right here. I found it in the Aldi grocery store. If you don't have this available to you, then I'm going to put the ingredient list for the red wine vinegar. It's just to give it like a quick pick-me-up, And so, yes, so once I get this nice and mixed in, now I'm going to start adding my fish. Yes, I have the heads and everything. It's all going down in here, honey. You know what's crazy? When I went to get the fish, I have to laugh because it's like, anyways, I told the lady, I said, hey, can you, I want you to slice up 2 of them and keep one whole. Instead, she sliced all 3 and only sliced it in half versus slicing it in three pieces each. So, yeah, so here we are. But we're not going to complain. We're going to keep it moving. It still is what it is. But yeah, you want to get the fish down into the sauce, get the sauce all over top. And then I'm going to cover this and allow it to cook until the fish is nice and opaque and cooked through. And I'll show you guys what that looks like. All right, so about 10-15 minutes later, after it reduced and, the sauce thickened, I finished it off with some lemon juice as well as some green onions, scallions, whatever you call it. And that was it. I didn't plate it up, by the way. Don't get me for that. I only had it with some rice. It was nothing crazy, some rice and vegetables. So I just left it right here. I ended the video right in the skillet. But thank you guys so much for watching. This fish was really good. The sauce has so much depth of flavor, and I would definitely make this again. I probably will try it with chicken. But this is what it looks like as it was reducing after I added the lemon juice and the scallions. I had this the whole time on medium heat, by the way. This is not on low. Do not cook this fish on low. You need to reduce the sauce. Fish cooks really quickly, so you don't need to cook it forever. But thank y'all, and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye.